Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for a spectacular episode of the Tim and Jim Show. And I am here, I think it's that way, over two people with my trusty co-host. Jim, take it away.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm Jim Fuse. I'm the mad scientist of social media. And we are here with our lovely guest, Lindsey Anderson, One Click Lindsey. Lindsey, thank you so much for being here today. And I hope do you have any big plans for Halloween?
I got 3 kids, so heck yeah, we got big plans. Jim, yeah, we do.
I'm kidless.
But
so what's funny is my stepkids don't watch my show, and I went and bought some little brown spiders, and I'm going to trick them later because they're scared of spiders.
I hope you catch that like on an Instagram story. That would be awesome so we could see it.
So Tim.
Hey Tim.
So Tim, hey.
Are you an LSU Tiger, which is going to get beat by Alabama in 2 weeks?
I really don't follow sports at all, but people keep calling me Tony the Tiger. So for today, you can call me Tony.
Tony. I used to love Frosted Flakes when I liked sugar. That was
you don't like sugar anymore?
I cut it out of my diet. I feel so
all right.
better.
So this show could get far off track very easily. And it has, but let's try to focus. So Lindsey.
Okay. Yes.
Lindsey Anderson.
That's my name.
Tell us who you are and about what you do.
Sure. Hey, everybody. I am One Click Lindsey, and I help coaches, consultants, and digital entrepreneurs build and monetize their business. Today, we're talking about one of my very favorite ways to launch a program or a product or a service. It's called the Live Challenge Method, and it's really powerful, and it's super duper cool. We're going to talk all about that today.
Awesome.
It's weird talking to Tim, though. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Wow. So Lindsey, tell us about what is this live challenge thingy?
Yeah. So essentially, is what you're going to do. So, back in the day, we had like the live, what was it called? It was called the product launch formula from Jeff Walker, or you would launch via a whole bunch of webinars, or you would do there was lots of ways that you could really launch a product or a service. And it's really important when you're trying to sell your coaching services to launch, because it excites people. It gets them all excited, all drooling for what you have to offer. And then you basically open your cart and make people make a decision to buy your stuff before you close the door. If your door is always open and the bonuses are always there and you're always giving and there's no big hubbub around it, then everyone thinks that they can get around to it next week and that you'll just be offering the same old thing next week. So that's the purpose of launching. Now, the live launch method is one of my very favorite ways to launch into a coaching or a consulting or a service package that's more high dollar. So if you're charging $500 a month for 6 months or something like that, this doesn't work so well if you're doing some e-commerce $99 product. You don't have to go into all of this give to get people to buy anything less than $99. There's better ways to do that. But essentially is what the live launch method is you create yourself a Facebook group, and it could be Facebook, could be Instagram, could be YouTube, whatever it is. You create a group of people. You say, hey, every day over 5 days, I am going to be teaching on this specific strategy. And you show up every day at 9:00 or whatever time you decide for 5 days, and you give some amazing value over the period of these 5 days. Then at the end of the 5 days, you start to pitch and you say, if you liked what I gave you over these 5 days, you're going to love what I'm going to give you the opportunity to purchase from me. So the important thing to remember about those 5 days is you have to get people to leave those 5 days with an aha moment, some sort of breakthrough, some sort of small move ahead, because then that is when they will be ready to buy stuff from you at the end. And it truly is that simple. You teach for 5 days, you pitch, you open a cart, you close it, and people will sign up.
Lindsey, so you mentioned that for e-commerce, not so much, but let's say for an example, you run a gym where you're looking for memberships and so you are a brick and mortar. Do you think this is something that can work for them?
100%. Hey, Susan. Yes, 100% would work for them. So perfect example. Maybe you would do a challenge of how to, I'm going to go back to Jim's sugar example, how to stop your sugar cravings in 5 days. So day 1, you talk about mindset. Day 2, you talk about clearing out cupboards, right? Day 3, maybe you talk about whatever, right? Weighing yourself or strategies or what to eat instead, right? What to do when you have cravings. You come up with 5 days. So the purpose is that people show up and they are dedicated to you and they're listening to you for 5 days and you're building the know, like, and trust factor. Then at the end of that, you say, now that you're off sugar, it's time to like take your health to the next level and have even more energy than you could ever dream of by incorporating a workout plan and even healthier eating. And that's why I'm inviting you to join me in XYZ program at the gym.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So Lindsey, I think I came into your acquaintance because of a Facebook challenge.
You probably did. Most people
several
do.
years
Yeah.
ago. So 5 days in is not a huge amount of time. So are there any secrets to how do you get people to trust you in just 5 days if they don't know you already?
And that's the real power of this method, Tim, is that you can literally take people from cold to close in 5 days. Because yes, while it may be 5 days and while you might just get to know me and have only known me for a week, this is how I fill up my own coaching program. This is how I have many, many clients filling up their coaching and consulting programs, because not only is it 5 days, but it's 5 days. We share space. You show up at 9 o'clock every day. You're thinking about it. I'm taking you on this journey of transformation over 5 days, and you see a difference between Monday and Friday. So you do want to buy at the end of that. You want more. You don't want to stop. You've made these breakthroughs. So, I mean, it happens, Tim. I mean, over 5 days, that's like 5 hours with somebody. That is plenty of time to build know, like, and trust, get people some sort of breakthrough so they're ready to buy from you. In fact, if I may, I have my next challenge. If you want to see this bad boy in action, starting on Monday, I'm going to be walking everybody through how to build a successful coaching and consulting funnel. We're going over everything. You can go find out more at stillmyfunnel.net if you want to see this in action, if you don't mind me saying that. It's too late now, I guess.
Absolutely not. But, and Lindsey, I think too, what this does is, I'll use my magic powers of social media wizardry. It builds FOMO, the fear of missing out. And I think the biggest key that I learned from, because I've been through a couple of your funnel challenges before, is that you don't leave it out there. It's like if they don't do it at the time you offer it, I mean, even though they can get the replay, by the following week, within a couple of days of the next week, the group is gone until the next time.
Yeah, so that's really important. Thank you, Jim, for that. Is one of the most important parts is you say, yes, you join me for these 5 days. I'm going to leave them up for maybe 5 days after I'm done with that final training. But then these bad boys are coming down. And that forces people to watch with you, to join with you. We all raise our hands and sign up for all of these irresistible offers and trainings and programs and PDFs that we mean to get to that we never get to. So important part of this challenge is to say, these babies are gone on Tuesday. Like if you start on the Monday before, then you remove those bad boys on Tuesday, close the cart. It's gone. This is your only chance. Yeah. So you know the challenge method, obviously. So it's super powerful. I recommend it to everyone because it builds a community. So even if you are looking to build a community and you're just getting started, right? Hosting a challenge is the perfect way to do that because it builds a group or a group of people who want to hear from you. It gives you practice in speaking 5 times in a row on Facebook Live. You're going to only get better because you're doing that. And then number 3, it nurtures those people. So regardless if you make a ton of sales at the end of it, which you probably will make some sales at the end of it, you're going to come out with those 3 benefits either way. So regardless of what your community looks like, I highly recommend diving in and hosting a 5-day workshop.
That's a great point, Lindsey. Could you talk to us more about building up this community of people that are going to be seeing your Facebook Lives? Is it better to find people organically, like through other Facebook groups or through Facebook ads, or
what, right?
What do you think? Yeah, exactly.
So that's a very good question. That is something I am particularly passionate about, Tim, because there's a lot of digital marketers out there in the world, and many of them are just like, hey, this is what you need to sell, and here's the perfect funnel to put them through. But many of them forget the most important part of building and monetizing a business, and that is building an audience of people that you can help, an audience of people who want to hear from you, an audience of people with your problem, with a problem that you know that you can solve. So you can put funnels out there all day, landing pages out there all day, webinars out there all day, and you will get no one to buy if there is nobody looking. So when I pull people into the Traffic and Leads Masters program, the number one thing we focus on doing first is building a community. Because if you build a community of raving fans and people who want to hear from you and have a problem that you can solve, the selling part is so easy. So to answer Tim's question, I do it 2 ways. I get people into my challenges, and I teach people how to get people into their challenges 2 ways. Definitely through social prospecting, and that is being active on all of your outside social media profiles, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and like putting yourself out there, finding 2 or 3 Facebook groups full. There's millions of Facebook groups. Go find Facebook groups that are full of your perfect prospect. Do not pitch, but simply help. And then people will spy on you and your comment and go to your profile and join your group from there. So literally just going out there and being helpful with people and getting people in your group that way. And, just promoting on social media, on Instagram, you do a strong hashtag strategy. And then I always like to amplify with paid ads. So you'd run an ad. So like right now I'm running an ad, Steal My Funnel Challenge. You want me to walk you through 5 days of homework and my team and I, evaluating everything that you are doing on your funnel to make sure you have a successful funnel at the end of this 5 days. Well, get in, it's time to go. And you run ads, and then they go, whoa, and then they go directly to your Facebook group. So I have people in Traffic and Leads Masters that do it 2 different ways. Some people really hate paid ads. They love social prospecting. So you can bring people in organically, or you can bring people in with paid ads. I prefer both directions. Hi, Tim.
Very cool. Very cool.
Welcome.
Hey, Lindsey. Where did the tiger go? I think I prefer the tiger.
I like it. I like them both.
All right, cool.
One more thing. When you are hosting a challenge, and I'm making it seem pretty simplistic, and it really is. It's a 5-day training. And yeah, you can get complicated and do worksheets and this and that and the other, but really just showing up for your community in 5 days and truly helping them through a 5-day training, you can land one-on-one clients. There is so much to be had just by showing up for 5 days. It can be literally that simple.
And Lindsey, could you do this on different social media platforms? Do you recommend just Facebook? What if somebody say they use Instagram Live, or they have access to LinkedIn Live?
Yep. Yes. 2 people here, 2 out of 3 have access to LinkedIn Live, and it's not me. And I'm not seeing you guys on LinkedIn
what's going on?
I don't know. I keep applying. They keep not paying attention to me. But LinkedIn Live is fine. Instagram Live is fine. I have a Traffic and Leads Masters member doing it on YouTube. It doesn't matter wherever your community is. And if you can it's important to do live stream, okay? Has to be live, because there is something about people being live as we are today, where you're sharing space. It's unedited, it's uncut. This is truly me, that brings trust and intimacy with your potential clients. So I actually have people in Traffic and Leads Masters that do C-level suite clients that really aren't on Facebook. So they do a Zoom training. Hey, everyone, join me on the Zoom. I'll be doing it. So doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's live streaming. That's really the only requirement.
And I think that's a great point, Lindsey, because there are a lot of people that we especially might be wanting to target that they're not spending their time on Facebook or don't want to come on Facebook.
Mhm.
So there are alternatives. And so you really have to think about who is your ideal client. You've got to build that customer avatar. And another thing that I know you talk a lot about, and I might be stealing your funnel for next week,
Do it.
is list building. And people need to build email lists because that's another way you get their email and you're able to get out to them and remind them. And in some cases, like you actually, so as an example, if I wanted to have a challenge, I probably want to give myself 3 or 4 weeks advance to build up that audience, unless I already have one before I start it. Because otherwise, if I try to do it too quickly, I think it's a little bit harder to get that inertia going. Would you agree?
Yeah, it just depends on how big your audience is. So yeah, Jim's absolutely right. If like you're just trying to build a community, first of all, the live challenge method is the perfect way to do just that. Okay. Is to build a community and nurture that community. So yeah, you start 3 weeks out, and even with paid ads, you want to start a good 3 weeks out anyway. And hey, on this day, and you're going to have a nice landing page so people can sign up for email notifications, and you just are out there. You're doing Facebook Lives on it, Instagram stories on it, and you're just letting the entire world know and get as many people in there as you possibly can. So yeah, Jim, you're absolutely right. This is not something you just want to do off the cuff, because also people want to show up, and if you're like kind of phoning in the trainings and they're not very good and they're not very organized and stuff like that, I mean, people will see that and they don't want to buy from you, and they won't like recognize you as an authority. So yes, highly recommend that you put some planning into it. Now, one more thing. Yes, I'm telling you, you have to put some work in. I'm telling you, you have to plan this, but you can turn around and do this every 6 weeks. You can do the exact same challenge if you want. And you will find that it is a snowball of people that even if they joined you last time and watched, they'll show up again because they liked the content and your take on the content, and they'll need to like learn some new things. It's really hard for adults to actually absorb all of the information, even in a 30-minute training. So they'll show up and they'll get takeaways the next time. So this is something you can use to rinse and repeat over and over and over in your business to constantly have people coming into your business.
So Lindsey, what is the difference between a live challenge and a funnel? And when should you use a live challenge versus a funnel?
Ooh, Tim. Okay, so a live challenge definitely, yeah. I gotta go. No, I'm just kidding. So, live challenge is definitely something that happens every 6 weeks. It's a concerted effort. It's when you are live. It is when you are trying to take people from cold to close in 10 days or so. And you just want like this whole rush of people coming into your business and buying your stuff. Where a funnel is always running. Typically, most of them are evergreen. It's pre-recorded or preloaded with information. And you basically want to set that up to always be bringing people into your business, like at a nice pace. So maybe 1 or 2 or 3 clients a week, and it's just always running in the background. Where a live challenge method is more of a launch strategy to get a ton of people in right now. Boom.
That's really interesting. I was thinking about that, and I was wondering, now, does it take more of an investment one way or the other in terms of time and money?
Great question. So funnels, depending on how you set them up. Now, the one I'm going to be teaching next week is a fairly simplistic funnel because we are selling, it's for high ticket packages and programs. So if you're selling something over $1,000, that is what I am helping you set up next week. And that is because what we want to do is get people on a phone call and then strategically on that phone call, sell them into a package, right? So if you're doing like a $99 something, it's not going to be worth it to get on the phone with these people. Okay. That's why it has to be $1,000 or over to make the best use of your time. To get a funnel like that working is not very difficult, but it takes some tweaking with messaging and it takes some patience to really figure it out. The first time out of the gate with a funnel, 99.9% of it will not work. You have to figure out what's going to work. You have to massage it and you have to get it up and running. But when you do, and if you put the focus and the effort into that, then you can have this amazing asset for your business that's always running in the background, producing clients for you. Most people do not have the patience or the stamina to really set up a successful funnel. So that's why the live launch method, if you're just getting started, you need a cash influx, you want a ton of clients right now, this very second, and you're willing to put the work in on a live challenge method, that's why that one is like the go-to. This is how you get clients cold to close in 10 days, right? While you're kind of working on your funnel in the background as another client acquisition channel. Make sense?
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So the one is more of a short-term strategy, and the one is a longer play. Does that make sense?
Longer play and runs if you put the effort in and the work in, it will run evergreen. Where the challenge, I mean, you got to show up for these 10 days. You're selling, you're doing your thing, you're teaching, effort. Where a nice funnel in the background, you don't have to be involved once you get that thing dialed in.
Gotcha. So
Jim,
Lindsey,
when are you going to do the challenge?
I'm thinking about challenging people on how to use live video.
Yes, I know you are, because we've talked about it, and I can't wait for you to announce this challenge. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to make live video great again.
oh no.
Wow.
Lindsey, what is your tech setup like there?
Right here, right now?
Now or other
when we
times?
talk about tech setup, have you guys got a ring light yet? Now we're going off live challenge. Oh my gosh, those things are freaking amazing. When I bought my setup, this is from Amazon. This is not a brick wall, right, Jim?
Right.
Then I got some studio lights here, and here, and my computer. That's what I have. Back in the day, 5 years ago when I bought this, there was no such thing as a ring light, but the ring light, I mean, it's $30 on Amazon, and it's as good as what I have going on right here. Are either of you using one right now? Jim,
yes.
Are you?
Yes.
You are?
You can see it in my...
Oh, yes. Dude, those things are awesome.
That's right, because it gets the shadows off your face.
Yes. It makes you look so much so professional. It's not like you have like some harsh light coming in over here or something like that. They're freaking awesome. Yeah. That's my setup. And that's really... that's really the other thing about the live challenge method is it's only as tech heavy as you want it to be. Like literally just creating an event in your group with the 3 different days and inviting people. It can be as simple as that, or it can be as complicated as a landing page and a thank you page and some chat bots and all the things, right? It's like whatever you want it to be, it can be. The point is you show up every day for 5 days. You give value, you give people an aha moment, and then you sell into a package that fits what you were teaching to give them even more of a result.
So I'm curious, as you both may know, LinkedIn has recently upped the ante with events. Do you think you might make a LinkedIn event to invite people to your challenge on Facebook?
I hate to say this, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I have not seen that on LinkedIn. Of course.
Lindsey.
I will have to run
I'm
a challenge on how to use LinkedIn events.
I haven't even seen a button. I don't even know, like this. I'm on LinkedIn all the time. I don't even know what you're talking. Are you sure this is not part of your upper echelon?
I don't think
LinkedIn
it is.
Live perfection.
Tim, can I share my screen, Tim?
Yeah. Can you do your thing and I'll do my thing?
And I will show you guys.
Because I gotta go make an event because I got a challenge next week.
I gotta go.
myfunnel.net.
So do you see it, Tim?
Oh wait. Yep.
Not yet.
Hey, here we go. The magic of StreamYard.
All right. And so when you scroll down on your home page, right here, you'll now notice there's a tab called Events. And you can create an event.
Magic.
And you can put a link to where you want them to go. And then I've actually recently set up an event for a local association. And so you can invite your connections.
I did that for the show.
And you can share the event. And so once you've invited they've connected, they can invite theirs. So that is the beauty of events. And you can also do it on your desktop or on your app. So that's off on the desktop. But I think most people have it now. It's still got a little bit of quirks to it, but it's a great way to multi-purpose your events using LinkedIn.
So 1000%, yes, I will be making an event for my challenge. Yeah, the more places, the more hubbub, the more excitement you can give, 100% you should do it. Yes.
Very
Do you guys
cool.
like my sound effects?
Yes.
I didn't hear it. What was it?
Let's see. I got some spooky music and a dog barking. Can you hear it?
Ooh.
Maybe. All right. Spooky. Spooky.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Lindsey. Tell us, and to everyone who is watching, tell people how they can connect with you and how they can find more information about this Steal Your Funnel challenge.
Awesome. So again, you can just find me under One Click Lindsey. You can Google it, look at all the things One Click Lindsey, all spelled out, One Click Lindsey. If you're a coach, consultant, or digital entrepreneur looking to build and monetize your business, I'm your go-to gal. I can help you do that. And then if you want to get more people for discovery, consult, sales calls on your calendar, I will walk you step by step through everything you need to know to build a successful funnel. We start Monday at 9 a.m. Replays available all week. Go to stealmyfunnel.net to get yourself signed up. That's it.
All right. Be there or be a tiger.
I'm going to turn you into a tiger. Boom.
Do you have any parting words, my trusty co-host, Mr. Fuse?
I think this is a great way for people to grow their business. I also like what Lindsey talked about because I think a lot of brick and mortar businesses, they struggle with lead generation. And this is a way to set yourself apart. I've got a friend that actually had this question. That's why I asked it. So it was a little bit of a setup. So I'm going to see if he's ready to move forward and do a live challenge for his gym.
100% should do it.
Very cool. And if you guys have any of those, put them down there. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lindsey. Thank you.
Don't eat too much sugary candy tomorrow. You fall asleep.
Jim.
See ya.
Jim.
Give out raisins.
All right, we're ending the show. Goodbye. I'm trying to end the show.